What's up, everyone? I'm Spiritual Essence 1111 here to enlighten you into the subconscious community. For this video, I want to talk about the Venus Leo Yod. There's a Yod going on in the sky dealing with Venus, Saturn, and Neptune. Saturn and Neptune are both in conjunct and with Leo and Venus, or Venus and Leo. And they're both sextiling each other. So this creates a Yod. A Yod is any time two signs are sextiling each other and in conjuncting another side. It kind of brings the energy into like directness. It directs both of those two energies into one house. So this is going to go through the houses. So wherever you have a Leo in your houses, this is where the Yod is going to be affecting you. First house. First house, you have Saturn and Neptune in either your 6th or 8th house. So your daily routines, your scheduling, your patterns in your day-to-day routines, like I said, as well as your passions and desires and your internal like issues, or don't really necessarily want to say issues, but you know what I mean, matters, deep matters, internal matters that you keep hidden from the other side of the world, all gonna crash into your personal affairs, personal interests, and pretty much the first house. So again, this is day-to-day routines, patterns, and scheduling, as well as passions and desires, as well as matters hidden from the world, all going to go into your first house of personal interest and personal affairs. Second house. This is going to be relatability, harmonizing, compromising, and balance, as well as education, spirituality, broad perspective of things, all crashing into your second house of values and what you have to offer to the world. So all those you're gonna be more relating. Your 7th and 9th house are all gonna crash into your second house. So you're again in your relationships with others, platonic, romantic. Balance, compromising, harmony, as well as spirituality, education, broad perspective of things, all going to crash down into your second house of values and what you have to offer to the world. Third house. This is going to be deep desires, passions, as well as status and business, all crashing into your third house. So, passions and your passions and desires, as well as deep internal matters, are all going to crash into your third house of surroundings and communication with others, as well as your neighborhood surroundings and local, everything dealing with your local environment and surroundings. Again, this is deep desires, passions, as well as matters hidden from the world, and business status and career status matters, all crashing into your third house of surroundings and local surroundings. People, places, and things that you're familiar with. Fourth house. This is going to be the 9th house and the 11th house, all crashing into your 4th house. So your 9th house of spirituality, education, broad perspectives of the world, as well as your originality, individuality, opposition, and rebellious natures, all crash into your house of privacy and family matters. Now, 5th house. This is going to be status and business, as well as dreams and illusions, crashing into your 5th house of expression and creative endeavors. 6th house. This is 6th house. This is originality, individuality, opposition and rebellion, as well as your personal interests and personal affairs, all crashing into your sixth house of daily routines, patterns, and day-to-day routines and scheduling, as well as work matters. So again, your individuality, individuality and uniqueness, as well as opposition and rebellious natures, as well as your dreams and illusions, are all gonna be crashing. No, not our dreams and illusions. My bad. 11th house of oppositions, individuality, uniqueness, and rebellious natures, as well as your personal interests and personal affairs, all crashing into your 6th house of scheduling, day-to-day routines and patterns. 7th house. This is going to be the 12th house of dreams and illusions, as well as the 2nd house of values and what you have to offer to the world, all crashing into your 7th house of relationships, platonic and romantic. 8th house. This is going to be the 1st and 3rd house. So the 1st house is personal interest and personal affairs, as well as the 3rd house of surroundings and the familiarity, local surroundings and familiarity, all crashing into your 8th house of passions and desires, as well as hidden matters that you keep away from the world, that you keep to yourself. 9th house. This is going to be 2nd house of values and what you have to offer to the world, as well as your privacy and family matters, all crashing into your 9th house of spirituality, education, and broad perspective of things. 10th house. This is going to be the 3rd house of familiarity and local surroundings, and 8th house of personal, right? 8th house? No, my bad. 5th house of expressions and creative endeavors. So your local surroundings and what you're familiar with, as well as your creative endeavors and expressions, all crashing into your 10th house of status and business. 11th house. This is the 4th house of privacy and family matters, as well as the 6th house of scheduling day-to-day routines, patterns, all crashing into your individuality, uniqueness, opposition, and rebellious natures. 12th house. This is going to be the 5th house of creative expressions and creative endeavors, as well as your 7th house of relationships and relating to others, all crashing into your 12th house of dreams and illusions. Now, this is just a broad, it's just a very vague overlay of what is going to happen to your houses. If you want more info, I'm sure that Dolo is going to be online, and he will be going live talking about this topic as well. I always guarantee it. So shout out to him, much respect to him, and much respect to the Soul family and everybody that is here with us, fighting this spiritual war together. Keep in mind that this video is this Yod specifically is dealing with Venus, which is love and appreciation. So this is all going to be crashing into whatever house you have Leo in, dealing with your love matters. Go back through the houses if you need to. Again, I thank you for watching and taking the time. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man and the Soul family and everybody else that is in this spiritual warfare with us, fighting for the right side, the true side, the real side. Anyways, till next time, peace.